I'm going to be watching the road, but I wanted to come on here because, okay, a while back I made a video called like a partition, and partisan, or something like that. And I had a dream where I was in my new house and my husband was painting, okay? He was painting. And in the dream, a guy named Chris walked in the house and we looked at him like, what are you doing in our house? And he said, my house is upstairs, but I have to go through your house to get up there, right? And so we're like, well, can we not have like and then I say, a partition, and I said, or like a wall, and he said, no, there's no wall yet, or something like that, okay? And then some time had passed in the dream, and all of a sudden I knew I had to leave. And I was telling my husband we have to go, and he was like, no, you're crazy. Like, we don't have to go anywhere. Like, stop being crazy, you know? He's getting mad about it. And, sorry, hold on, guys. And so, I'm like, I wait too long, right? And then finally, I'm like, we have to go. And finally, he's like, okay. So we start throwing stuff in bags and boxes and stuff to for the kids and for food and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, like, I know it was too late. And then a lady busts up in the house with like two army guys. And I know she's like there to like take me in or something. And then all of a sudden I'm driving, and I know I'm driving away from, trying to like get away from an asteroid. And as I'm doing this, I realize like it's too late. I'm not gonna get out of the way of the asteroid, right? And then I found myself in a big like field, and I go and I sit down on a rock, and I didn't realize this in the dream until the Lord reminded me last night of it. But I went and sat down on a rock, and I was like, Lord, why is this happening? Like, what? Oh, why is this happening? You know? And I realized, like, I was trying to do everything on my own strength. Like, I wasn't trusting in the Lord to keep me, you know? Because even if you don't do His will, like, or something, He's not going to just, like, stop loving you. You know what I mean? Like, He's still going to be there to protect you and everything. You know, His promises are true, and they're true. That He knows what you're going to do. You know what I mean? So, that's kind of like where the dream ended. Now, the next day, or that day, I can't remember, but I had woke up and I was like freaking out because I thought I got hit by like the asteroid. And I don't know if I did or not. Like, all I know is like that's when I woke up, so I don't really know. But my son's talking. But hold on a second. But that same day, or like the next day, I can't remember, I was doing my makeup and the medicine cabinet fell off the wall and it scratched and like dented the wall up. So my husband had to go out and buy paint and all this stuff to fix the wall, to repair a hole in the wall. And a girl had a vision of looking at Jesus through a hole in the wall, and His light was shining through it. And she was talking to him, and he's like, it's going to get dark for a little while, but don't worry. Cause, oh, guys, fire trucks. Here's fire trucks. Y'all see them in the back? There's like 3 of them. Okay, sorry. The days have now come into, it's all in one day. It's, if not twice a day. No, by the CMEs, you know? Okay, so, sorry, that car was really close. So she was looking at this hole in the wall, and he's like, it's going to get really dark, but then we can be together. Like, we're going to be together after he repairs the hole in the wall. So it gets really dark, but she's talking about this vision, and I end up having the vision myself, like, as she's talking about it. And so I was able to, like, see what she was seeing. And my husband repaired the hole in the wall, whose name is Stephen, which means a crown, which means crown, right? And so yesterday, my son got something on the wall, and my husband, I didn't have time to clean it off, right? Normally I would have. But by the time I got home, my husband was like, what's this on the wall? And I'm like, oh, forgot to clean it off. And it was like dry erase marker, and he tried to erase it. And that didn't work. It just smeared it everywhere. So, my husband got the paint out and repainted it, and repainted the bathroom areas too. And now this asteroid's coming tonight. This asteroid's gonna fly by Earth. And then I told you guys, like, that I had that vision of being on a school bus with a bunch of kids, and the Lord's telling me, like, the kids are leaving. I heard the word to tear them away, So, because, you know, he snatches them. Oh my gosh, Carl. Okay, so I talked about how the school bus dream reminded me of this asteroid coming, because it's like the size of a school bus. And in the dream, or the vision, whichever it was, I remember the word noon, or none, however you say it in the Jewish language. But I remembered that, and Ron Empson just made a video because she had seen that word too recently, like that day. And so I just kind of connected it together. Well, yesterday, a school bus was outside the Army base, I guess, on Cedar View Drive, which is like the wilderness, right? It was like the wilderness. And the bus flipped over. The school bus did. I don't know. I just feel like these are just kind of like some signs around me that is saying this is the time of the separation. Like, because this is the time when he comes to repair the hole in the wall. And on my trash can, this guy's like looking at me like, what the heck? Oh, sorry. But my guys are on this trash can that I have. It's like the city's trash can, right? Well, they have like a sticker on it to say it's like the city trash can. Well, the sticker is a giant brick wall, like Pink Floyd's Just Another Hole in the Wall, and it's got the kids, and they're like making meat or whatever. That's just terrible. But it's like a sticker with all bricks, okay? And it had a hole in it. It had a hole ripped through it. And I was like, dang. Sorry guys. I gotta get an eye patch or something, because this just looks ridiculous. But y'all might not be able to notice it. I don't know. It's noticeable to me. But they put a new sticker on there, okay? And they put like a new one on there, right? And so the hole is repaired. But the sticker is now half red and half blue brick wall. And so it's the Jesus 2020, okay? Then yesterday, I take Hollister to go get new glasses, right? And with his insurance, there's only like a certain amount, frames he could pick, okay? So there wasn't like a whole big choice. He picks them out, and they're camouflage. We're not into camouflage, but like he wanted them. So I just let him get those because we're going to get him another pair too. So he got the camouflage ones, and I was like, oh man, God's Army, like it's the time of God's Army, because it is. The Lord is saying, like, we are about to be called together in unity, whether it's up in the air or in physical, like down here. We're going to be called together. I'm about to lead the army of God. I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm like, I don't think I'm the only person doing that, but I know that the Lord has shown me that, like, I mean, he's giving me the map of it, guys. Like, I'm going to pray to the Lord about what I'm supposed to do with this map, because I've got several locations, okay? One's Treasure Island. It's called Treasure Island, dude. I mean, it's so crazy, okay? But either way, when I'm leaving the I place, okay, I'm already almost out the door, and the lady's like, his glasses are named the Cowboy. And I'm just like, okay, thank you. Like, we're leaving, you know? It was so strange. It was really strange. But then I realized, oh my gosh, the Cowboy. I had a series of dreams with moons in them, okay? The 2 moons come together, but then it's all these moons that I had visions of. And I realize now that they're the months of the repeat, I think, okay? And on one of them, the last one, I saw Yosemite Sam on it, the cartoon character. Yosemite Sam. I'm telling you, Yellowstone is going to go off when we leave. When we fully transform or whatever, I believe Yellowstone goes off at the same time. It's part of the prophecy colliding, okay? People aren't expecting that part, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's talking about war, everyone's talking about the food and the famine and the COVID and earthquakes and all these things, but Yellowstone, that's going to be the killer, and that's going to be what lets all the armies in, unless the armies come, because you guys look up the word spoils. It can mean first fruits, but it also means treasure. And I rebuke this is not going to happen to us, because God does not want that for us. But it means treasure taken in war. Okay? And we are, the whole 144,000 are God's treasure, are his gold and diadems. Okay? And that's why we're being made into gold through the refiner's fire. But when I'm leaving, the cowboy thing reminds me of that. And then if you look up the symbolism of cowboys, it's the same thing as a pirate. One's on water, one's in the on land. And they become, they're like their own little nation, right? Like, they are, that's like what pirates are. Like, they are their own little nation on their boat, right? So, and that's what's about to happen. Like we're about to become a nation. We are going to take over a state, an entire state. I believe the entire state. Some of it, the state's going to be destroyed with fire. But the rest of the state is going to be protected by God. Like, it's not going to be hit by asteroids and different things. And it's actually in the perfect location. Like, once you see the location, you're like, oh, wow, okay. And then all the cities around it is just like, whoa, dude, it connects to everything. Every vision I've had, every video I've ever made, it connects somewhere. All of them do. All of it does. All of it. Please, if there's a Todd out there watching this video, I need you to comment, please. I feel like the Lord is calling me to talk to this Todd person. And I know they're watching my videos. And also, I believe, now I'm not 100% on this, but I do believe, for some reason, I believe Jonathan Kleck is somehow going to be involved in this. I haven't talked to him. I've talked to him like one time on a comment, but I don't know him, you know. But the Lord was revealing to me what his position was in this, and how it connects to different things that like I've been given. And so at some point our paths are going to cross. Just like he healed the person that was blind from optic neuritis, which is like what we thought originally. Like, I have optic neuritis and this issue, you know. There's just a bunch of little things that connect. And like his jump, whenever he did his jump, the little tarp that where the water just like came up out of nowhere, you know, and it made that scripture. Well, the picture that it made was the Jimmy the Fish album cover, pretty much. It looked exactly like that. So, but what I was gonna say is, you guys with the glasses, I think it's marking a time frame of Yellowstone, God's Army coming out, and 2020 vision. Isn't that cool? Oh man, I got so excited last night when I was making the video. I made a video last night, and I was talking about this, and then I realized, oh my gosh, it's 2020 vision. I get it now. Jesus 2020, you know? And he's saying, like, it's this year, guys. Like, it is this year. I've been confirmed that so many times. So many times that it's 2020. And I did not receive years, period, any other year. I've never received that. And so now he's like definitively saying that, you know. So I feel like that's, I don't know, a sign, you know. But I gotta get inside Walmart and go get my groceries before everyone starts panic buying. But also, I'm gonna mention this. I remember a vision I had where I go into Walmart and I know it's the 17th. And when I go in, I've been in there for a few minutes and I'm with my kids, and then this lady comes in and she's like, oh my gosh, look outside, there's planets are in the sky, like there's all this stuff in the sky. And as soon as I hear her, I just drop everything and we just like take off to the car. And when we do, we rush home, and I keep trying to call my husband, but he's not answering. And I get home and we like, for some reason my house is a mess. I don't know why, but it is. My house is never really a mess like that, but this was. And we go and like try to hide, but then aliens come into my home. But then somehow it's okay. My husband goes and talks to them, and it's okay because of his boss named Scott. I don't know what that's about. I haven't looked into that. And then I'll mention this too. I had a dream 2 days ago where, and I had this dream right before I woke up. It was like so fresh in my mind. But I went outside in my garage, and I'm looking up, and I see between these clouds that kind of look like this. Okay, so I'm like seeing this part right here, and it looks like that, and I see like a blue looking spaceship, and then it like zooms in and I can see it so clearly, but then the spaceship kind of like moves, and then it looks like the windshield of a car. It was weird. But then I saw, like, my husband tried to talk to me about something, about a car seat. And I was just like, look up here, look at this. There's aliens in the sky, dude. Like, do you see this? And he's like, not looking. He won't look. And, which is funny because he's not watching. You know what I mean? So as I'm looking back up there, I see two cars, and they look like they're like sputtering, like a new driver would, you know, like they're like zert, you know, but they're doing that up in the air, flying, and it's people in there, and then eventually they take off. Okay, and that reminds me of this. I'm just going to show you guys. Now, this is how the Lord will speak to me. It can be, it can be through little tiny things, or you know, something big. But the Lord showed me that, like, we are trying to take off, to take flight, right? Like a bird would. And he keeps blowing toward our way, but then the enemy is knocking us down. And then he blows toward our way, and then the enemy knocks us down. But each time, like, we're lifting off more and more, okay? And so this is kind of the example the Lord gave me. He said there was a crack in my shield of faith, right? And my windshield got a crack in it. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right here. But either way, there's like one flight, two flights, and then it's like takes off. Okay? It like goes in and then in and then in, and it takes off. And the Lord showed me that that's how it would be like we get there, and then we grow a little bit more, and we get there, and then finally we take off. And so that's kind of what's going on with raising to meet him in the air. I just honked my horn. That's an alarm for you guys, I guess. Alright, well, I gotta let y'all go. I've been on here too long, and I'm shaking this thing like crazy. But I love you guys, and God bless y'all, and just make it through these, you guys, this next few. Oh, I also, geez, there's so much. Okay. In a set of visions I had, either way, in the visions, there was a girl named Michaela, which means God's gifts. There was a big giant ball of like ice or hail. And when the vision happened in real life, she didn't have a big ball of hail. She had a dog. But the dog's name was Barley. Okay? And the Lord showed me that when the vision happens, like, and the hail comes, it's God's gift, and it's the barley harvest, okay? So, I live in the south, like far south, okay? Like almost into Florida, at the Florida-Georgia line. And so, it doesn't snow really here, and I mean, it could, you know? But this next week, Christmas and Christmas Eve, almost the whole of the United States is going to have several different storms coming from all different directions. And I believe that I saw this before in a dream, that the whole United States would be covered in storms before we go, like right before it happens. Okay, that would be like a sign. And so far the weather station is like, that's confirming exactly what's going to happen over Christmas. And that could bring the frozen, like either hail, you know, hailstones are ice, so it could bring the hail, the big hail. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that. And also there's 2 storms, one's in the east and one's in like the whichever, they're just north or something. Either way, they're coming together like this, and then they're going to form into one and then go off. And I think it's representing like how the 2 moons do, and they come together and make the Vesica of Pisces. But it's us coming together with the Lord and becoming one with Him, you know, and becoming light. And then we take off, you know. So it's kind of a representation of that, and that will happen. That's how you can kind of see what's going to happen in the spirit, by seeing what's going on around you, and how that works, because it's just like a parable. So if you were to talk about this storm coming together, you know, and as it comes together, it makes that whirlwind, and then it takes off, right? So it becomes the whirlwind, and then it goes. And so it's the same thing. It's a representation of what could be going on in the spirit. And so that's what I'm seeing that as. Yeah, this video is super long. I'm gonna let you guys go. I love y'all so much. God bless you, and have a good night. Bye.